Hello yugioh, it's Emma Blue Eyes 10 here, and this is an idea that came to me very recently, and I just wanted to share it with you guys, so I hope you enjoy this video. So, myself as a duelist, past, present and future. This is basically just going to be like how I think I've improved in the game, or what I need to improve and things like that. So we'll start with the past and then we'll work our way up, shall we? So anyway, come January 2014, it will be 10 years since I started playing the Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG game. Of course, back in 2004, January 2004, when I first started, I just got me and my little sister Heavenly Guinea Pig a couple of basic structure decks. So I'm talking about the Kaiba structure deck and the Yugi structure deck. And we played mostly by anime rules. I didn't care about the ban list. I didn't care that this card was slightly odd in its wording or bloody blah, that sort of thing. You know, I was a very noobish duelist. That's all I can say. Because I was slightly older than most of the kids that played Yu-Gi-Oh! In where I lived, of course I had a bit more understanding of the game, but not enough to really to consider myself skillful or anything like that. I thought I was an okay duelist back then, but that was only because I think I was slightly older, so I had a bit more understanding of how the game worked and everything. But even then, looking back on it now, I was bad, I think, to say the least. I was really bad at the game. I was just using whatever cards I felt were the best for the deck, and didn't care of their side effects or anything. I didn't care about the ban list or anything. I just played whatever the hell I wanted to play, and that was when I had my Blue Eyes Dark Mage deck back then. So I thought it was a brilliant combination. I couldn't figure out which deck to use, so I just combined them together, and there we go. I thought it was the best idea in the world. Nobody else had a unique deck like me, so that was kind of the attitude I had. So it wasn't like egotistical. I was just I was just quite prideful of what I had achieved and everything. But when I actually got into the competitive side of Yu-Gi-Oh! In 2009 at Mad for Miniatures, of course I got my backside handed to me quite badly, and I had to learn that if I wanted to really play in the competitive side of Yu-Gi-Oh! I had to adapt. I had to be more open-minded about things, and that's also something I realised I wasn't very bad at when I was a younger player. I was very close-minded about a lot of things. I think the most typical example I can give is the Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon. Now, until like 2009, 2010, I'd never heard of that card. I didn't even know what it did or it existed and everything, but I just refused to run it because I just didn't want to use it. And what else was there? I was also very close-minded about net decking and everything, because of course I wanted to play just the Blue Eyes White Dragon deck, and some of the guys kept saying, try the Light Swans, try the Black Wings, try this and that, and you'll do a lot better. But I was like stubborn. I was like, no, I just want to use my Blue Eyes White Dragon deck. I'm more happy with that, so that's what I did. But for the better part of a year, 2 years at Mad for Miniatures, my skills as a duelist improved a little bit, I think. Not greatly. I was an okay duelist. I sort of came lower end, middle of the table sometimes in Mad for Miniatures. So I can say from my noobish days anyway, I did improve greatly there. I learned how to streamline my deck a bit more, how to make how to be more open-minded about a lot of things as well. And hence, when I came back to Scotland, because there was no tournaments or anything, it was very difficult to keep up with the game and keep myself, up to date with what was going on in the meta and get an idea of what the meta is actually like. But thankfully, when the tournaments did start up again, I was able to keep up with the meta and adjust my deck that way and everything. But hence, come present now, ever since they stopped again about a year ago. They have started up again in Edinburgh, at the Games Hub. Our Judge Ryan, he runs them now, but sadly, at this present time, I have not been in the game for almost 6 months, and that's mainly because of work. And everybody has to work, everybody has to earn a living and everything, but sadly I'm a weekend worker, so most of my weekends are taken up by working and everything. So, and most of the tournaments are held on a weekend, so it's like I can't get a day off unless I specifically ask for it to go and see these things. and to an extent most bosses are okay, maybe giving 1 or 2 Saturdays off maybe every once in a while, but most of the time, you know, you can't, it's not a picture perfect world sadly, so I can't keep up with Yu-Gi-Oh in that sense. Now I do have the online stuff to practice with, and I don't mind that at all, but I keep saying online's okay, but it doesn't take into effect all the real life factors that can affect a real life duel, and stuff like that. Whereas with actual dueling in tournaments or just in real life, like going into the hub on a off day and just dueling the local guys there, you know, it's not the same as online, and you can't really get into the game as much online as you can do offline, I feel. So sadly, I can say my skill as a duelist at this present time is good, but it's deadpanned, if you like. It's what's the word, flatlined at the moment. Like, I'm not going anywhere at this present time, mainly because, well, 1, I haven't been in the meta for such a long time, and 2, I can't get out to play real life, and 3, you know, I've only got the online to do, and online's, as I keep saying, online's alright, but it's not my preferred way. I prefer real life over online, to be honest, and Skype duels and stuff like that. But at the same time, I'm keeping up to date with the meta by reading up, you know, on blogs and websites and stuff of what's going on in the meta, what's the deck tech choices for this and that and everything. But sadly, you know, it's one thing reading up on the meta and keeping up with it, and it's completely another thing to experience it and everything. So all I can say about my present thing is, I think I am a good duelist. Not perfect, not exceptional, not brilliant or anything. I think I'm an okay duelist at the moment. But just the factors of I can't get to tournaments, unfortunately, nowadays, just because of work and other life things. I've been out of the game for almost 6 months. I'm probably going to be out of it for maybe longer than that, maybe a year or more, sadly. What was it? I had something else in my mind there and I've forgotten it. What was it? I think my skills, you know, because I haven't got anywhere to really practice, I think my skills are just like level at the moment, and I'm not really going anywhere. I'm not improving, I'm not declining or anything, I'm just like level, and that's all I can say about myself at the moment in the present. If I do remember what that last item of the list was, I'll probably say at the end of the video. Now, onto myself in the future. I can definitely see myself improving in one way in the future, and that is with the Saga of the Blue Eyes White Dragon structure deck when it comes out, because that deck is going to give so much support and so much speed to the Blue Eyes White Dragon. I'm pretty much going to bet there's going to be a lot more Blue Eyes White Dragon players out there just because of that deck. And I do see myself improving in that sense. You know, I'm going to have to streamline my deck a bit more. I'm going to have to really figure out what I want the deck to do and everything, and, you know, make it into a fun competitive build that I'm comfortable with and everything. So I definitely see myself improving in that sense. However, whereas with actual tournament plays and everything, as I said, sadly I don't think I'm going to get back into tournaments or anything for quite a long time. I'm probably going to be out of the game for maybe a year or more, depending, unless I can actually find a job that lets me have my weekends free, hopefully. But I see potential for getting better in the future as well. Interestingly enough, well, it's not quite the same as the future, but I think in a way you could say potential for me to get better in the future could also be connected to the way I build my deck and everything, because I think if I was to really play competitively, if I really wanted to do really well at competitive play and everything, I'd really become much more open-minded than I am now and everything, if my potential for becoming an even better duelist than I am now is reliant on how I build my deck and everything, then, you know, like, oh dear, my mind's just gone blank again. Like, certain decisions I use in my deck, for example, like not using Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon, a lot of people probably will agree that, you know, my skill and potential to become an even better duelist is hampered by the fact I don't use Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon, and to an extent I can agree with that, but I just don't want to use it because that's just how I am. You know, I want to find fun builds and everything at the moment because I'm a fun player but can also be competitive. However, as I said, if I've become much more open-minded and try to use a much more competitive versions of Blue Eyes White Dragon and everything, then there's a possibility that my skill as a duelist would increase greatly. Not like 100% or something, but increase quite a bit if I was to go completely competitive build. Now, in a sense, I keep saying I'm a fun player and all that, but there's actually evidence of this in some of my tournament videos and everything that you've seen. When I'm in competitive play, or a very competitive play, I can become quite, not aggressive, but quite competitive myself. I can become really intent on trying to win that match regardless of the tournament. You know, I just want to win that match and everything. And you know, who knows, in the future I might decide just to go completely competitive with Blue Eyes and just to do my absolute best and everything. But it's the future. The future can change quite easily. We don't know yet. But I definitely know with the Blue Eyes White Dragon structure deck, when that does come out, I do definitely see myself changing as a duelist and possibly improving even better with that deck alone. However, if I wanted to get even better, I should try and get more into the tournaments, really. But sadly, at this current time, I just can't do that, just of how my job is at the moment, sadly. Because as I keep saying, I work on the weekend, and I can't really get the weekend off all the time, sadly. Well, unfortunately, I can't remember what else it was on the list I was going to say about the present, but oh well. But I think, just to sum it all up, I can say definitely with myself as a duelist in the past, I was very noobish, I was very close-minded, I was an absolute, I could say I was a bad player, basically. In the present, I think I'm okay, but I'm just, because I haven't got the opportunity to go out there and really play Yu-Gi-Oh, I suppose, my deck skill and my Yu-Gi-Oh skill in general, gameplay, is pretty much flatlined at the moment. I'm just level. I'm not getting better, I'm not getting worse, I'm just, you know, because I can't do anything, I'm just like steady at the moment until I can get an opportunity to improve. But in the future, definitely with the Blue Eyes White Dragon structure deck, I can see big changes happening there, and possibly if I can get my weekends free, either by getting a new job or something, hopefully a lot more tournament play would obviously allow me to improve myself greatly, and possibly I could become a lot more open-minded and decide to really see how far I can push myself into becoming a really good player, but without losing the fun attitude that I have when I play with the Blue Eyes and everything, or Yu-Gi-Oh in general, I suppose. Anyway, I think that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I would like to know what your thoughts and comments and opinions are. Post a video response if you want, and I'll be happy to watch it and see what your opinions on that are. So yeah, how do you see yourself as a duelist, past, present and future? I mean, that is a very interesting topic, I have to admit, and as I said, it just came to me recently and I just wanted to get it out there for you guys. So anyway, guys, so keep it sane, hope you enjoyed, take care, and we'll see you guys later. Bye!